What's different? The last time this happened, as I said, it was a complete accident. It was a bunch of guys trying to be dicks, trying to take me to court, that were all part of a crazy, stupid church. A bunch of lead-brain lunatics that rape their own kids, and they do rape their own kids. If you know the church I'm talking about, you know a pedophile. Okay, that's how that works. They're gonna lie to you, though. Trust me, their kid's gonna be all fucked up and weird and murdering your kid. And they're gonna be like, this is how the superior being behaves. They're complete pieces of shit. Like, I don't really... This time around, it's different, because this has to... I have to go on the offensive and make it a shot, and I'm pretty sure this is just going to end with me and a car Delta getting shot in the head. These guys are complete pieces of shit like that. Okay. The other thing is I just realized if I do turn myself in, that might, maybe lose the church its tax exempt status. They are not gonna let that happen, and I am not a lawyer, so there's no way I'm going to win a legal case against these people. They're rich and white, they have nothing better to do but sit around and bullshit with the law. Trust me, every one of them's a piece of shit like that. And it just dawned on me, they lose their tax exempt status, all the church leaders who are the malignant narcissists are just going to go out and start their own churches and their own human trafficking ring. Even the CIA talked about the splintering effect. When you eliminate one kingpin, the other ones just run off and start their own shit. Like, I would have to know there's a group in America dedicated to murdering these people, because I would feel really secure about turning myself in, but I'd also feel really secure turning myself in with an armored car with guns and explosives, and because that's the only way you're going to win this is through violence. And it has to be violent. You have to be insanely stupid and insanely violent to win against these people. You'd have to be able to make bombs and shit. Like, that ain't me. I'm some guy that just kept telling them to fuck off every time they put a gun in my face, or piss off, dude, or if you're gonna make threats, I'm not gonna talk to you. Like, I mean, the other end is I just end up, and even what I'm fighting for, I'm fighting to go to prison for the rest of my life. Like, the next 400 years. And even in there, they're not gonna recognize me as a hero because I did a bunch of bad things I'm turning myself in for. And I'm just gonna be treated like shit by a bunch of dumb assholes who don't understand what actually fucking happened. They're not gonna listen to me because people in prison are fucked up in the head from being in prison. Because we don't have a correctional system, we have a punishment system where we just put you in a box and torture your ass. Because we're stupid like that. Welcome to America, the land of the dumbass. I feel like there's this movie called The Train to Busan. It's a zombie movie, and there's a whole part where all the people are just angry and stupid and acting selfish, and this old lady doesn't see anything worth saving, so she just opens the door and lets the zombies in to kill everybody. I feel like I have more in common with that character right now at this arc in my life. I don't see anything worth saving, and nobody's ever given me anything worth saving. And I think back to every millionaire that could have given me money to get chelation therapy, every millionaire that could have given me money to get armored vehicles and weapons. Trust me, if it Sean Andrews demonstrated, if you have a gun, they fuck off. If you'd given me money, I could have got a firearm, blew their fucking legs off, and they would have fucked off. They would have been like, this is bad. The thing about these individuals is they only learn through trauma, okay? If you were to actually get an emotionally stunted person developed, your course in psychology would have to start with you blowing a leg off and then going, we're going to talk about your problems and why you're emotionally stunted. And then they'll go, uh-huh. Okay. I don't know why they're like that. I don't know why they can't listen. I love psychology, but yeah, trust me, if you guys had just given me money, we wouldn't be in this situation. So as much as you want to blame me, blame yourself. Okay? Fucking... Yeah, $300 billion in assets versus some guy from Ackworth, Georgia, and they fucking lost because they fumbled the ball. Alright? And even how fucking court works is you go to the magistrate guy, you tell him what happened, and then he tells them, and then they send somebody out to murder you. Okay, so that's what we're gonna be dealing with. No! Accountability in court? Ah! Fucking... Great. Oh, no, they'll find out that I had to rape my kids, 'cause I'm a piece of shit. And I love my religion, so I fuck up my kids as much as I can. Daddy's got 10 times the lead brain. Just... And I realize these other dickheads are just going to be running out the back door. The evil guys are going to get away with everything, even if I make a fucking move. The best case scenario is I'm in prison, and all the evil piece of shits just run around killing people. Which I guess isn't any different than what it is now, so why the fuck would I do that anyways? I guess the only other side is the Memphis people who get their brains eaten. Maybe I might be able to help them, but there's probably some other shit going on I don't know about, and they're under contract anyways. Like, getting rid of the church doesn't get rid of their contract. They'll still be getting their brains eaten by the church leaders. The church just won't be a thing anymore. So that's kind of fucked. What's the other side? The human trafficking? Yes, okay, the human trafficking comes maybe to an end, but not really. The wives continued human trafficking when I was president, okay? They didn't give two shits. They said the human trafficking's totally legal under the First Amendment. They said that's not why the church lost their tax-exempt status. They lost its tax-exempt status because they were getting raped. And I want to talk about that. They took me all the way out there to explain to me I didn't have the superior psychology, even though my psychology beat the church. And then they turned me into an asshole, a rapist, a piece of shit that did a bunch of evil shit because he was a piece of shit because they turned me into that. In my opinion, those dumb bitches out there in the desert should be in prison. Not me. They're fucking retarded. And look, for their legal defense, they could go, we have Stockholm Syndrome and also we're retarded. And they would have to say they are retarded. They would go, well, yeah, we took Mr. Williams out there and we did a bunch of horrible shit to him. We thought it was a good idea because our religion said so. And religion's not a legal defense in court, so you can't just say, 'cause my religion. So they would have to be like, 'cause we're really fucking retarded. Like, we are so retarded that we should probably stay in prison. Okay? Because they just did the wrong things, acting out of fear. They were scared I was going to sign the perjury. Instead of giving me money or any type of protection, they dragged me out there to do a bunch of evil shit, turned me into a piece of shit, and then fucking dragged me through it with drugs. They caused me to violate every value I have. And then what? I'm supposed to help them after they demonstrated they are completely fucking garbage? I keep thinking about this fucking wish whenever the fuck it's supposed to happen. I'm gonna wish for God's voice. Yup. I'm gonna have the same powers as the president, with none of the obligation. Everybody in this motherfucking church is gonna have to do what Bob says when I tell them to do it. And we're gonna get rid of the church overnight through this method. It'll be straightforward. I'm gonna go, you're a church leader and you have to do what I say. And they'll go, I just picture Stu. What does that mean? You're going to tell every member of your church you want a blood atonement. And then Stu's church will all kill themselves. And then guess what happens? The church loses its tax-exempt status. But we're not done because the members will still exist. And I still have God's voice. And I'm going to be coming for them. I'll tell you what. And be like, nope, kill your kid. Kill your wife. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. And just really solve fucking problems that way, because that's the only way these dumbasses know how to solve problems is through fucking violence. And once again, the issue with doing the thing, the high roading, and that's what it's called with Democrats, it's high roading. You go to court like me, okay, you do the right thing, okay, they're gonna do everything in their power to stop you. and it'll be everything short of fucking burning down the entire fucking state of Florida. They're gonna do every fucking thing on the planet, okay? And the likelihood of me surviving that a second time is 0. And Bob had, the other me, the guy that did this originally, had 2 things going for him. He was dumb as shit from heavy metal poisoning, so he didn't understand what was going on. And his ignorance to the situation enabled him to do without fear or knowledge of what was happening. I literally didn't understand a damn thing about why these people were trying to kill me or what their problem was. And they just kept coming, explaining to me they don't care that it's a human trafficking ring. They don't care that they rape their own kids. They don't care. They just want to murder my ass because that's how good people do. And I was just like, are you a fucking moron? Like, definitely wishing for God's voice. I just totally picture fucking anal-eating mummy God just, I watched your video on that. I really don't care. That's what I want. God's voice. Imagine, I'm in prison, and then I go, you guys are going to do a prison break to get me out of prison. It is just, oh, it's so stupid. That is so, yes, you guys are very stupid, and this is how I will live my life. Throwing hundreds and thousands of you guys to your deaths to save my own life. And you guys are used to it because you've been doing it for your church, so it won't be any fucking different. I'm going to create a new dress code. You're going to be fucking war boys, shirtless with your pants, only wearing pants, jumping off of my vehicle to blow up other people's vehicles, and we're going to act like this is fucking normal until the U.S. government gets tired of us and just be like, why? Why? Because you fuckers wouldn't leave me the fuck alone. Like, whatever, man. I don't feel scared today. I feel angry, in case you can't tell. And I guess this is kind of like that blanket that's too small. No matter how much you fucking kick and pull at it, it'll always be too fucking small. I remember this saying, there's an Indian saying, is sometimes people are so stupid they think cutting off the top of the blanket and stitching it to the bottom makes it longer. Yeah. I had a manager that did that because she's a dumbass. Yeah. I kind of wish there was a functional justice system. The fact that they're going to be like, okay, come back on Sunday, and hopefully they don't murder you. Like, great. Great, thank you. Thank you. Once again, if I ran the justice system, the military would be at your house. I'd be transported in a fucking cat with guns on every side, and we would deliberately fuck up people's cars and fucking shoot at them just to drive home. There's a bunch of crazy assholes here, and somebody should do something about it. And if you inconvenience enough people with your shit, eventually they'll be like, okay, you guys need to do away with the churches. I gotta be to work on time. This guy's driving a military vehicle, and he just lit a car up in front of us, and that car is burning, and it stopped me from going to fucking work. Seriously, stop these people. And the government will be like, oh, like, this is really stupid. I agree, it is really stupid. Like, whatever, dude. These are fantasies. I'm just trying to get a sounding reason why I'm so pissed, and it's because of the injustice. This is complete backwards injustice, and I remember Blondie, like giggling about it, and the only thing I can think to do is smash his head with a fucking hammer. And I guess that's just gonna be the thing. I think that's the only real, like I said, the only other thing is, I wish they were all dead. I totally picture going to prison and then anal-eating mummy God, you get your wish, and I bet he's gonna be like, you're gonna wish to get out of prison. Nope, I want them all dead. Kill them. Every member and leader, church leader, all of them. Every child, I want them dead. And he'll be like, but we're free of the church, and now you're dead. You should have gone to prison where you belong, where you can be held accountable for your actions. We hate accountability, we're white! Like, great. Fuck you, dude. Eat shit. Whatever, man. These are all fantasies. You know he won't do it. He'll fucking lie and lie on the phone. No, it's a wish, but there are rules to the wish. There are rules. Bobby, please just wish to get out of prison. Please just wish to get out of prison. Nope. I'm gonna wish for the wrong thing, just like how you people do the wrong thing. You guys have demonstrated to me altruism is a mistake. You guys have demonstrated to me the only way to deal with you people is through extreme violence. There is no reason for a justice system. And I would even argue that the left wing needs to get on top of this, because the right wing's going to win unless the left wing starts getting violent and stupid. And they have to be violent and stupider than the right, because the right wing is not going to fucking take it. You got to be extremely violent and extremely fucking stupid. Okay? That is the only way this is going to work. Any other way is a fallacy. It's going to go stupid every fucking time. My brain is good at this. I'm really good at situational awareness. I am fully aware of how FUBAR the situation is. I just wish I could go somewhere and fucking be alone, somewhere where these people don't fucking exist. Where they can fuck up their own lives instead of other people's lives, but we don't live in that fucking world because they're complete pieces of shit. Whatever, man. These fantasies, am I right?